Alright, let's check out some Lords of the Fallen. There's a little bit of a new trailer here, an extended gameplay overview. 17 minutes, or 18 minutes rather. Pretty excited about this game.
Welcome to Mornstead, a prominent region within the vast and sprawling world of Lords of the Fallen. In today's extended gameplay walkthrough, we're sharing an exclusive look at just some of the diverse and harrowing areas you'll journey through in your epic quest to overthrow a deer, the demon god.
A deer, okay. So just right off the bat, like, I never played the first Lords of the Fallen back in 2014, I think it came out. I know this is a reboot, but what immediately made me hype for this game was just the aesthetic of it. And you see it on the background right now, that God Hand Berserk looking mountain formation, I guess, or some Titan's hand, just withering away from like thousands of years, and it became a monument on its own. So I think they really cleaned up at least the aesthetic of the game, and it really had a good foundation. I mean, dark fantasy is classic, right? But even the combat, and some of the boss designs they showed in the previous trailers, seem a lot more tightened up compared to the first game. And so I'm hoping this gameplay overview will show us how far they've come, and hopefully it'll be really good. Skyrest Bridge.
This is Skyrest Bridge. It is guarded by Pieta, she of the Blessed Renewal, one of the game's early boss encounters.
Okay.
We must triumph against her in order to proceed with our holy charge to restore radiance to the 6 beacons of the Sentinels and thwart a deer's uprising.
Right, so it already feels really atmospheric.
Oh, holy Aureus, by your radiance grant me the strength to continue to endure these dark days, to lay bare the path to salvation. And yet you now appear before me, a stranger, a betrayal made flesh, and one I cannot
lightsaber?
brook.
Oh, okay.
Melee, magic, and ranged abilities are seamlessly interwoven.
Alongside
standard attacks,
I want to see the entire fight.
Catalysts, bows, crossbows, or throwables, mapping up to 4 additional magic or range skills to your controller for immediate access.
So a lot right now, a lot of the mechanics so far seem, fairly standard. Nothing too crazy, but I think the hitboxes feel pretty nice.
Speeds up combat and reduces the need to swap between options.
If you see that swing, parries are good. Perfect parry system, okay.
As with many of the imposing bosses you'll encounter, Pieta has 2 very distinct stages.
Okay. 2-stage fight, of course.
Death is not necessarily the end in Lords of the Fallen. When slain in Axiom, the realm of the living, you'll resurrect in Umbral, the realm of the dead.
Oh, wow.
We now have one final chance to survive.
So it's not an instant. Also, even for bosses, you resurrect in Umbral. Okay, so I thought in the previous, wow, that's a really nice aesthetic too, or image. Basically looks like a Magic the Gathering card or like a fantasy painting. But anyway, the Umbral thing. Earlier I thought, or when I watched the previous trailers, I thought it was just something that, when you die, it's you don't just resurrect as normal on a bonfire or something. You get to experience the world. Well, you're basically a ghost, I think, or you're in this undead world, the umbral state, and then it unlocks maybe a different part or a different kind of gameplay for the game, right? But I didn't know that it also applies to bosses. So I feel like that adds another layer, another way to make the game dynamic. Especially giving you another chance. Right, so yeah, the animations seem really fluid right now. Again, I'm not noticing anything crazy with the hitboxes being bad or anything like that. Oh, I love that. Oh my god, this is like some fucking that is like some fucking Gilgamesh Fate Grand Order shit, you know. That looks amazing. Or sorry, yeah, Gilgamesh versus what's his name? The bone of my sword guy, the main character basically. Some unlimited blade work shit. Amazing. This looks amazing. So backstab action? Oh, she died. Okay.
Though few and far between, these flowers denote special patches of ground upon which we can spawn a resting point, known as a vestige seedling.
Okay, so
These
basically the
come
bonfire.
at a significant resource cost, however,
Ugh.
and we can only spawn one at a time. The realms
Oh wait, what was it?
of Axiom, however, and we can only spawn seedling. These come at a significant resource cost, however, and we can only spawn one at a time.
So there's resources to spawn the bonfire, like the checkpoints? That's sounds interesting, but I don't know how I'll feel about it when I'm actually playing the game.
The realms of Axiom and Umbral exist in parallel. Each world features its own unique pathways, enemies, characters, and, of course, treasures. We can now use this crafted vestige to return to Axiom.
Okay, so you're back in the world of the living. Okay. One thing that I wish, and this might just be me, but I wish in games like this, where like there's, you know, heavy armor and metal and stuff, I wish there was more of a emphasis on the heavy thumping sound with armor sets like that. Like the way he walks is like, I wish it sounded more booming and more thunderous, especially with that big shield on. And maybe if he had bigger armor sets later on, but yeah, that just might be me. Some sneaky boys. Alright. Killing blows. It looks like it feels nice, like the animations, how they hit enemies.
We can peer into the secondary realm at any time by raising the Umbral lamp. Though be advised, this also renders you vulnerable to its inhabitants.
It's another thing I think that's really cool, the Umbral lamp gameplay.
We will now use the lamp to cross over to Umbral, though doing so will consume one of our 2 lives, and it isn't so easy to return to the world of the living.
Oh, so you have to kind of make a decision. A little bit of a commit. Oh my, what the fuck is that? That is free.
Many enemies require a different approach to combat. This mendacious visage, for example, is only vulnerable when attacked from the back,
because he has a
or
fucking rock
when it
face.
reveals its true form.
Yeah, I do like the enemy designs a lot in this game. Especially when they get really fucked up like that. Alright. More loot. That's all that matters, right? More ways to get loot. Some freaky cultist looking people. Again, the imagery, man. It really has
You'll
this
also
like
come across permanent vestiges on your travels.
it really has this cinematic creepy quality to it, you know. And I know that it's not always about how nice the graphics are. This one certainly does have like really nice graphics, but just their art direction in general for the game, I feel like is more what carries it more. Because you can have, yeah, I mean with Unreal Engine 5 right now, right? Any game studio can start using it. But it's really the way that devs can piece it together rather than just relying purely on the technology to just render high graphic fidelity. You know what I mean? So like the atmosphere of this game is really incredible, and I think that's a lot. As much as it has to do with the game engine, it also just shows the power of art direction.
As well as using these to return to Axiom, you can also level up your stats at these locations.
Okay, standard stuff. Ooh, new armor set. Interesting weapon.
3 schools
too.
of sorcery can be mastered.
Ooh.
Rogar, Radiant, and Umbral, each specializing in a different area of the arcane and requiring a different catalyst to cast.
Okay.
Our current build is adept in Rogar, characterized by devastating pyromantic attacks.
Okay. Alright. I mean, I'm not one too much for magic play though. I'm a bit of an Unga Bunga player. Although not necessarily, you know, the biggest sword. I kind of like movement a lot, so a lot of dexterity, nice moving weapons, or weapons that help you move really nice, really fluidly. This feels a bit weak though, to be honest. The way you hit the enemy is like very pokey boy. It looks really cool though. Like those Qatar assassins from Ragnarok Online.
An age-old borough built into the very cliff face, Pilgrim's Perch typifies the verticality of Moonstead. There are myriad pathways stretching both above and below, with hidden areas, treasures, and NPCs all awaiting discovery.
I love the different layers that they're going for with this game too. It's like you have the base layer, which is just the living world, and then it has a lot of well, with this map now, right, verticality to it. And you even have the umbral area, undead world. So many different ways to experiment with it, and I love how it gave us the option to like switch between it, or like look in between, kind of like a looking glass kind of thing. A fucked up Alice in Wonderland, you know what I mean? I'm very excited for this game. I really hope it's good. Got some, ooh, sniper, okay. Magical sniper over there. Oh, that's funny, like him using his head as a mace.
As a lamp bearer, all players are equipped with a devastating ability, the Soul Flay. By using one of a limited number of soul charges, we are able to extract the very soul of an enemy, ready to inflict significant damage.
Is that like their version of maybe vulnerability or stagger? Or another aspect to staggering, or vulnerability rather. I'll say though, this fire thing feels kind of weak, you know, it doesn't seem that impressive to be honest. But we'll see, you know, I'm sure the crazy build makers and theory crafters will have a field day of the game. Okay, okay, summoning. Some summoning action. Demonic hellhounds. And I mean, you're gonna have to. I feel like you're gonna have to really be curious about the world, like have this more exploratory sense or feeling. You can't just, I mean, you could, like, I'm not telling anyone how to play, but just in general, how the game seems to be designed, right? Like, I feel like if I was playing this game right now and just walking through that map, I wouldn't really think to put out a lamp just randomly out into the mountainside. And then apparently there's this completely hidden location there. And it seems to be pretty substantial too. It's not just, a little cute little nook where you can get a little chest, So man, the possibilities, or at least the replay value, not just with builds, right? Or not just with trying out different builds, but also the amount of things you can probably discover and explore in the game seems pretty substantial. And then you decide to kill yourself here. You spend a resource.
The Soul Flay ability can also be used to manipulate the very environment when in Umbral.
Found that previously. A little bit of light puzzling maybe. Creepy hands. Oh, menu system. Hold on. What was the first one? Fist of Insight, that axe. Oh, wait, let me see that again. Here, okay, quick access items, stats, pretty standard stuff. So these are the button mappings for the controller. I will be playing this on controller. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna get it on console or PC though. Okay. Lord Axe, Angel's Axe. Okay, here we go. Some Corn Knight Berserker stuff. Okay. Again, I wish the sound was a little bit weightier though. Especially with such big weapons. There's a Crusader Inquisitor dude. We restart ourselves, alright.
We now find ourselves in Lower Calrath, an ever-burning district, renowned for its displays of barbarity.
Okay, so this is kind of funny because I'm playing a Remnant right now. Sorry, just a side note. I'm playing Remnant right now. It kind of reminds me of the area I'm kind of stuck in. Well, not stuck, but I just discovered it. Like, Burning Yarnum. It's just a bit funny. Okay. Some leap attacks. Double axes too. Double flaming axe. Dodge. Okay. Oh, some bow action. I totally didn't notice that. What the fuck? Oh, I like it. Like some Hashashin kind of look. Diablo 4 Rogue.
We're now going to
POV.
invite a second player to join us on our journey.
Okay.
This is easily achieved at any of the vestiges. You can choose to fight alongside a friend or a randomly selected player. Either way, your co-op companion will remain at your side for as long as you or they choose.
Convenient.
As a Radiant Sorcerer, our ally is able to buff either character with various enhancements.
Cool, cool. Again, looks amazing. The design. The AoE. Oh, cool. Thorny lightnings. We have some UNSC Hammer of Dawn orbital strike shit going on. I like. Dodge. 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 Parry? Oh, no. Step back. Okay. Oh, this guy's pretty tough. Probably an elite. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Consistent blocking. Although we didn't see the stamina. The UI. So I wasn't sure how it was affecting. I hope there's a bit of a consequence to that. I don't want it to feel that easy in the sense that you can just, you know, block infinitely. I hope that kind of like Lies of P, where you can block damage, but it's still a bit of it still goes through if you don't do a perfect parry. Oh, you can point. Oh, what the fuck? Sneaky boy. Dodge. Oh, nice counter. What's that purple thing? Purple flame.
It appears our way is blocked by an umbral entity. We will need to track its tendrils in order to locate and expel the source of its power.
Okay. So does your co-op friend come with you? It's also reminding me of like, I don't know if I'm misremembering though, but some Onimusha from PS2. Or is it, yeah, PS2. Like I'm fairly certain like something like this happens there. I might just be misremembering. I wish they would remake Onimusha, man. Holy crap, that would be amazing.
Finally, it's time to face off against the colossal spurned progeny, Scourge of Calrath.
Okay. Playing with his dolls. Fucked up Titan. Ugh. Oh god, that's so creepy. A lot of weird hand stuff in this game. Okay. I like the scale of it too. Yellow means hit. Good dodge, good dodge. Oh wow. Oh, that's so cool. Multi-layered boss fight. Yeah, this really feels like if Diablo was third person.
The lands of Mornstead await you. Pre-order Lords of the Fallen now and prepare to unleash the darkness on Friday, the 13th of October.
Yep, it's on the list. It's on my list already. Wow. That was amazing. Just seeing everything, seeing more of how the combat would feel like. Again, I really feel like well, it's just me speaking. Obviously, I have a bias as an artist, but the aesthetic of the game is something I really love. Nothing exactly new, but I love how they put it together in the game. You know, the only things I'm not sure about right now are still like the hitboxes or how smooth or how accurate each mechanic and, you know, sword swing, how nice they fit within those hitboxes. You know, we don't want any weird bullshit mechanics killing us. making the game feel unfair. And a little bit about the sound, although that just might be me. But there's something about like it misses that weight to it, you know, a little bit of the gravity of like the strikes and the way the character interacts with the world. Although that may not be even a factor for many of you guys, but I feel like that would help a lot more too. But overall, like still, nothing has made me less hype, if I could say that. I'm pretty optimistic about the game at least being fun. We don't know if it's gonna like, you know, reinvent the Souls genre or anything like that, but I feel like it'll at the very least be a good time. Yeah, can't wait for it to come out. Damn. If you liked what you saw and you want to join in live, come by my stream sometime. Twitch.tv/diamondflavor.